Joy Taylor, I know you have a lot to say about this one. Russ, Justin Fields, they're both really on short-term, really cheap deals with the Pittsburgh Steelers. How short of a leash should Russ have? You are this resident Steelers fan. You have the really most involvement in this question. How short of a leash should Russell Wilson have?
No leash.
Oh.
No leash.
No leash. If Kirk Cousins was in this position, would we say that Kirk Cousins has a short leash?
No.
No, because he's been playing
Why
better than Russ.
do we put Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson in different categories?
He's been playing better than Russell.
Kirk Cousins is 1-4 in the playoffs.
That ain't good.
That's not good. They are the same age. I don't want to pick on Kirk right now, but like, I'm just confused. We talk about Russ like he's ancient and incapable. Like, my man's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won a Super Bowl. What has Kirk Cousins done in this league that we put Kirk in this other category? Like, no. Like, $100 million, instant faith, no leash, this is your team. It's so confusing to me. What has Justin Fields done that everyone is so worried about what this leash looks like? Who are we talking about? The Steelers gave up a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. Look, as a Steelers fan, I hope Justin Fields is tremendous, okay? I hope he is spectacular. I hope he's the future of the Steelers and he wins 7 Super Bowls. That is my wish. But in this particular moment, Justin Fields is 10-28 in his career as a starter. What do the Steelers do best, James? Win during the regular season. Thank you. What does Justin Fields do the worst? Win during the regular season. He's 10-28. What does Russ do? What's Russ's best attribute? Winning. What do the Steelers do? Winning. That sounds like a pair. What does Justin Fields do?
Lose.
Not win. I'm trying to understand where is the pressure coming from? Is it because Justin Fields is young? He's not a rookie. He has 3 years of experience as a starter, and he is now on a new team where they were willing to move off of him to bring in Caleb Williams. I'm genuinely confused as to why Russell Wilson has any pressure on him at all. Unless Russell Wilson gets hurt, which obviously no one wants is wishing for or even talking about, Russell Wilson would have to be so, I don't even want to say so bad. He'd have to be worse than Justin Fields was last year. This whole conversation to me is like, he's going to see the field, Justin Fields. So he's going to have packages. We know that. But why would we don't talk about Kirk Cousins like this. Russell Wilson has accomplished so much more in his career than Kirk Cousins. And we talk about Kirk like Kirk is beyond reproach. Why?
Because Kirk played better than him the last 2 years. That's why, with our eyeballs. I think that we're judging Russ off how he looked at Denver.
Take the first year in Denver out, okay? Let's take that out. Yeah. I'll give you Kirk on that. Kirk tore his Achilles. He's going to have a torn Achilles at the same age.
Well. The problem, James, because I remember my coach, he said this to me, it's seared in my mind. It's not a what have you done for me league. It's a what have you done for me lately.
Tore my Achilles.
But the problem is, like, Russ's last 3 years, I think he's 17-27. Kirk's last 3 years, I think he's 25-16. Kirk led the Vikings to like a 13-4 season. They went to the playoffs.
And what
Russ
happened?
was bad. They lost to the Giants. It was not good.
Daniel Jones sent them home.
But in that same year, Russell Wilson looked atrocious. The reason I think Russ has to have he'll have a leash. He'll have a leash because coaches think they are fixers. They all think they're brilliant. They think they're geniuses. They're going to look at Justin Fields and say, "Wait a second, he's got a big arm." It might not be accurate, but they're going to say he got a big arm. They're going to say, "Yo, he can run. He might fumble, but imagine what we can do with him because we're brilliant." I also remember, like, Kenny Pickett won in Pittsburgh. So I don't know if winning is enough. I was shocked when I heard the statistic. Kenny Pickett has the 10th highest winning percentage over the last 2 years. The names in front of him: Purdy, winner; Hurts, winner; Lamar, winner; Mahomes, winner; Josh Allen, winner; Dak Prescott, regular season winner; Kirk Cousins, a name in question; Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff. Like,
now do Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is in the bottom 3. But how in the world is Kenny Pickett in that list? So I say that to say winning that's going to happen whoever starts in Pittsburgh. I showed you all the list of quarterbacks yesterday. They've never had a losing season, regardless of those QBs. I think Russ will have a short leash because I don't think they can just win. I think, Shady, he has to be the reason they win. I don't think Justin Fields is great. Y'all know that. I don't think Justin Fields is great. But I've seen coaches think that they can take lesser talents and do more with them.
And you're right. A lot of coaches, they have that attitude. Like, hey, he wasn't good with him, but he didn't have this type of coaching. So I get that. This is why I hate stats, right? I mean, I do like stats because I love to get big stats because I'm a running back. But I hate him because you can show that type of graphic and you can believe it. But we all watch Kenny Pickett. I'm a Pittsburgh dude, so I love Kenny. But come on, we watched him play. I'm not giving him credit for them wins.
No.
Right? No. My thing is, like Joey's talking about, if you give Russ, if he did the same thing he did in Denver the second year, not the first, the second, they're going to do more than just win. I think they go deep in the playoffs with that. But that type of defense, the way they run the ball, they're going to play more defense, getting sacks, getting getting turnovers and all that type of things. You can win with that. Actually, like going to the playoffs and getting some big wins. Not the stuff that Kenny was doing. Mm-hmm. Another thing is, what's the short leash for? Who's it for?
Fields.
Who's that?
Justin Fields.
And who is that? Because the thing is, like, yo, we talk about Justin like he didn't play almost 40-something games.
Yeah, he did.
Right? It's nothing against him. It could be his name could be whoever his name is. But we watched him play. He did not look that good. Yeah. He had different spurts where he looked athletic, looked talented, right? Can run a little bit. But he's not no answer. So my thing is, when you have a short leash, it's because, yo, we got somebody, he might be inexperienced, but, man, he's really, really good. He might change this thing around. But for Justin Fields, we know what the hell we're getting.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And Russia have no leash.
Yeah.
Let him be comfortable, let him play. The worst thing for not only just a player in the league, but a quarterback is knowing that, yo, if I mess up a certain way, I'm going to be pulled or snatched. Yeah. Nobody wants to play like that.
Nobody wants to play like that at any position. I agree. Them is some good takes. He got a leash. He definitely has a leash. I don't know how short or long the leash is, but he has a leash. And the reason why is because money. I remember I was out performing a guy that played wide receiver, and I'm looking at the coach like he ain't balling like I'm balling, and he making more money than you making. So sit on back because he going in the game first.
Right.
He ain't making no money. Justin Fields has been traded for a 6th-round pick. He ain't making no big-time money. So if you're not making no big-time money and you are not the reason why our team is winning, you are on a leash,
but
period.
What if he's not okay, let's say he's below average. And
if he's winning, he's not coming out.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
like, but to the Kenny Pickett point, they weren't winning because of Kenny. Like, they were winning in spite of Kenny.
Yeah,
I can say that. So if
let me
they're
change that
winning,
then.
why would he come out?
If he's playing like Kenny Pickett and they're winning, he's coming out of that game because at the end of the day,
Justin Fields.
But we trade as bad as we all may think Justin Fields is. They traded for him.
For a 6th-rounder.
At one point, you're going to want to see what he can do.
Why?
If Russell, if he's playing terrible, we can't get worse.
Okay, listen. If we are all saying, of course, if he's terrible, it doesn't matter. But you think he's going to be terrible? Like, a short leash is like, okay, he's Zach Wilson. Like, okay, we've seen this before. Cut him out. This is Russell Wilson. Why would he be? I think it's like crazy disrespectful that we're acting like Justin Fields and Russell Wilson are the same player.
No, we're not doing that.
But a short leash would imply that.
But I think it would be also ignorant of us to act like Russell Wilson today is Russell Wilson of 2013.
Let's do Russell Wilson last year.
Sure.
Right.
And Justin Fields last year. And then let's consider the rest of their resumes. Let's just do that.
Yeah, if Russell Wilson plays the way he plays last year, that's why we all are high on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mm-hmm. But he can't play bad too because we've seen that.
I think we're more likely to see that.
See what?
I think we're more likely to see first year in Denver rust than we are to see second year in Denver.
That's what I don't like about that, though. See,
I'll tell you why. I'm not just talking out my behind.
Before you say that, I just want to say, so you can say that about Russ, right? We've had 3 years of
Justin Fields. It was bad too.
Come on, can I get both?
But you know what it is, bro. And we watch this all the time. I don't know if y'all remember Price is Right. I grew up watching Price is Right, summer school. And you see they have you have this yacht trip, and you have this brand new car, and you have this $20,000 this, or do you want what's behind door number 1? Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, people gonna say, let me see what's behind door number 1, just because we're intrigued.
That's a no-no.
Because you got to know. The reason I'm like. Remember, last year, Russ had a top 5.
You know what's behind door number 1. But it's 10 and 20.
The Steelers know. That's why they traded for him.
They got TVs.
That's why they gave him a 6th-round draft pick.
Cable comes through. They got the tape. They sent over the footage.
Bro, I'm telling you, because what coaches will do, remember this, and I love Carson Wentz, so I won't slander his name. I won't. But remember, after the Eagles said we're good on Carson, the Colts said,
No.
And then after the Colts said...
Don't do that. Don't you do that.
I'm going to keep going.
Don't do that. Carson Wentz is a fake MVP in this league, okay?
He is.
Justin Fields is not that.
But remember.
There was a time when Carson Wentz was balling.
Yes, but then after the Colts said, we're good on Carson, the Commanders said, Then after the Commanders said, we're good on Carson, the Rams said...
But that's not a comp because...
I guarantee we'll do for Justin Fields. This is a one-stop shop.
There was a time and I don't want to crush Justin Fields. Like, I genuinely hope he develops and that I think he's in a great position in Pittsburgh. But Carson Wentz had a moment in the NFL where he was legitimately playing great.
Talk Sam Darnold, because James, you made a great point. Sam Darnold is currently quarterback number 1 in Minnesota.
That's what they just
And the
said.
Jets said we good. Then the Niners said, Then the Niners said, now we don't need him.
Yeah, but nobody's saying that he's not going to continue to get opportunities. He will. All these quarterbacks will, because the quarterback position is starved. So I don't think that's a necessarily good idea, and I don't think they're going to be good. But I understand why he's getting another opportunity. They're going to get. They had Joe Flacco come off the couch.
What's wrong with that though?
Yeah,
he's going to be. It's going to be a backup, or it's going to be a bridge quarterback. Right? That's what Darnold's going to be.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields, same thing. Justin Fields is going to be a backup. And we're a bridge guy for whoever rookie you draft in here to be the future. That's how it works. So what's the difference? One guy's younger? What's the difference?
Both these dudes are on 1-year deals.
Yes, but what I'm saying to you is why outside of the 2 outlier scenarios where Russ is absolutely awful, in that case, of course, because there's nothing else to lose. He's terrible. Why wouldn't you see what you have in Justin Fields? But if Russ is like, the question is a short leash. Okay, Russ loses. A short leash to me is, okay, you lost 2 games. We're putting Justin Fields in. Why would you do that?
Well, no, that's not even a leash.
But that's because I'm with Joy. So I was looking at the schedule earlier. I think they go Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Now, at the end of the season, they got to play the Browns, the Ravens, the Bengals, and then they got to play. Look, here you go.
11 on, yeah.
So you got to go Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns. My thought process, Joy, is if Russ is the reason they lose, not if they lose, 2 completely different things. If Russ is the reason they lose to the Ravens and the Browns, by that Bengals game, Week 13, I could see them saying, let's try.
This is my thing, though. I heard you saying.
Reason they lose.
But then you want Justin Fields to play the Bengals, the Browns, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Chiefs. I don't want Justin Fields to be a quarterback.
The only reason he goes in there is if Russ is playing bad.
If Russ is the reason they lose.
So we already losing because of quarterback play.
I keep talking about this just draft stuff and the trade. They traded a 6th-round draft pick. People get away for anything.
True.
Yeah, but they ain't. But what I'm saying is we got to understand Russ's resume is way better than Justin Fields. We all can agree on that.
He's better than him right now. Yes.
Yes, he is. But he ain't making nothing neither. So it's not like, dang, we invested a bunch of money in this dude and we're giving up on him.
What's going to make
this? We ain't invested nothing in him, just like we ain't invested nothing in Fields. My question is,
I guess I need answer from you, James, or you, Acho, because I'm just confused what your guys are trying to say. Why would Coach Tomlin, who's been a really, really good coach for all these years, why would he say, you know what, Russ, you sit down. I think we're going to go with the young guy, Justin Fields, because of what?
If he playing bad and if Justin Fields is showing him signs in practice that he can go. Or if Justin Fields is showing him signs in these packages that he's going to have.
For me, my answer is this. If Russ is the reason the Steelers lose, that's it. Not if the Steelers lose because the defense gave up 38, cool. But if the Steelers lose because Russ had a fumble and they scoop and scored, Russ do a pick 6 and they lose 2 games in a row in that gauntlet, I think they'll say, hey, throw Fields out there, Fields, see if you can give us a spark.
I can't wait for the season to start.
I can't wait either, though. It's like, you guys just, I don't know.
I hope Russ.
So you think Russ starts all 17?
I think he should. If they want to make the playoffs and be a good team in the playoffs, I think you need to have Russ as your quarterback. I've seen Justin Fields play. Right? And I was, even when they traded him for the 6th-round draft pick, that didn't mean much to me. But I thought he would be on the team. He'll be like a red shirt. He'll learn from Russ. I did think this. He's going to have his little packages because it only makes sense.
And he should.
He might be the best athlete on the team. Right? You put the ball in his hand, let him play RPOs, small things, simple stuff. Simple reads, all that.
So help me understand this.
Please, James.
Russell Wilson doesn't play well. We get the Russell Wilson from the first year in Denver. He doesn't play well. You're saying no leash, leave him out there the whole season as well.
That's what I'm saying. But because I'm gonna cut you off because we're doing real football here. So no matter who the quarterback is, if any quarterback, I don't other than Patrick Mahomes or the top tier dudes.
Anybody don't play well again, Paul.
But if you're a starter and you playing bad as Russell did his first year, any coach is gonna bench you for that.
Okay, but Russ got benched last year too, and
but he should have got benched last year though. He should have got benched last year. But go ahead.
So. If you saying, let's just go off Acho point now. If we saying that Russell Wilson is the reason why they losing, you saying leave him out there the whole year. And both these dudes are on 1-year deals, and all we have done is gave Justin Fields a couple packages, and now we're going into the offseason next year, drafting a first-round pick, and both these dudes walking?
Let me answer that then. I'll say this. If that's the case, he's that bad, right, and you're not going to the playoffs and your team is losing, then put the young guy in and see what he has, right? That's what every team does in America.
So you're saying we 15,
they have a starter that's playing bad, right? You have a young backup quarterback. You're not going to the playoffs. What do? They start seeing what all the other young guys will look like, right? They put them in there. Quarterbacks, all type of positions. It's not just a quarterback. They do it for every position in sports.
But you do that with people that are under contract to see what you have. Justin Fields is under contract for 1 year.
Don't matter, bro.
So if you can't put him in week 16 and say he's our quarterback for next year.
Well, you know you're going to the playoffs by week 12. You know that.
Matter.
This season will.
I mean, even week 10.
Be good.
They acting like this.
Week 10,
I just hate
going to the playoffs.
The problem I have is if you guys are saying, yo, if Russ don't play well, okay, cool, we're gonna let the young guy play, because that's what happens with any position.
That's the only way he gets benched.
But my thing is, if all right, well, we're close, but you know what? We think Russ is not enough. Let's just go with the young dude to see what he has. Maybe he could help us out. I don't think they're doing that because they know what he looks like.
If they're close, they're not going to.
Come on, man.
That would be stupid to do
That's the reason why we have backups. You a backup in your 4th year, you probably going to be a backup. I was a backup in my 12th year, something like that.
That's why I'm currently on Speak.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.